The meat scandal that has rocked Europe has been perceived with shock and perhaps slight amusement in South Africa. Until now, a new study has laid bare the country's own problems with mislabeled meat products and included a whole host of surprises. The scientists behind the study at Stellenbosch University are going as far as saying that consumers cannot generally accept that the meat products they buy are correctly labelled.
It's well known in the industry that the mince products, when cutting up, say, a steak, all the trimmings go into the mince. So we expected to find various species in the mince. And we wanted to know, were they being labelled on the label that X contains Y? In total, we sampled 139 different meat products, and of those, 68% were incorrectly labelled. They either had plant proteins or animal species that weren't declared on the label. Most of the meat products are safe to consume. The only concern we had was the donkey, because donkey is not slaughtered in formal abattoirs, so it hasn't gone through a formal inspection to see whether the meat is healthy and fit for human consumption or not. The other meat products were all legal products. The water buffalo, for example, at that stage, it was legal to market water buffalo as bovine or beef, and therefore it was allowed in the product. But what we would have liked to have seen is that it was labelled as water buffalo. So it's more a concern of a consumer having the right to know what is in the product that they're eating, rather than a health risk, with the exception of the allergens.
The study claims to raise significant concerns about the meat supply chain in South Africa and that measures that are supposed to protect consumers are not appropriately enforced. Here at Sweetwell Butchery, that supply chain is short. The pork sold on the premises only comes from animals reared on the farm itself.
There's a tendency that everybody wants everything cheaper to do. Unfortunately, if you want a good product, it costs a little bit more to produce, because yes, you can put soya into your product and half the price about. And that is why a lot of butchers, you will find a pork boerewors or any type of boerewors in the vicinity of 60 Rand, and that is because you got good meat in there. And so when you come to hamburger patties, you can put lots of different meat into it, but it goes about the housewife doesn't know what she's buying. And I think they will be more careful now in what they're buying.
The Food Control Directorate said it would launch its own investigation into the saga, but urged consumers to be vigilant. Aletta Gardner, Eyewitness News, Stellenbosch.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.